Well, hello everybody, it's Richard here. Welcome back to my channel, and it's a really sunny day today here in Maidstone. It's been really warm. It's about, what's the temperature outdoors? 24 degrees, and the sun's been really quite bright. It's quite very mild actually. I'm back in a t-shirt and some very nice jeans as well, jean shorts, and I've been fixing some fences around the house boundary today, around the estate, so it's been quite nice for that sort of thing, and feeling really sort of summery, and even so much so having a sandwich in the garden and a nice cup of tea and relaxing a bit. There's always a tension for me, apart from doing a load of work in the morning or running or whatever, between lying in the sunshine and actually working in the sunshine. And I always have a bit of a battle with my self-conscience about that, but I think we struck the right balance today, so that's good. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And don't forget to subscribe and push the little bell so you know next time I'm uploading the next video. I do these on a daily basis now, on tune a day to keep the coronavirus away. So you can always follow me and make sure you get the latest update by following the date at the beginning of the description, as opposed to doing the days, which is what I was doing before. And now we're into well over a month now. So I'm going to do several things today. I'm going to update you about what the latest figures are for the coronavirus in the United Kingdom, and also what's happening as well in terms of other things happening around here. I've got an agenda, so hopefully that will be all right. As I say, the weather's been really warm today. I'm going to talk about a YouTube view of the day, which is something I've watched today, and I'll put a link so you can follow the same channel if you're interested in that particular channel, or what it produces basically, which I like doing. I'm going to talk about a DVD that I bought today and that I haven't watched yet, and also about what we're going to play in terms of the record Apart from Sounds of Time side 4, which I'm going to play today for you. So without further ado, just from the press, the total number of deaths in hospital today in the UK is 383. The total deaths in the United Kingdom overall is slightly down on what we had yesterday. It's 30,615. That's the total deaths to date. And there's been 86,583 tests for coronavirus taken place and delivered. So but still off the million a day, which is what they were hoping. They're now setting a target, probably 2 million a day, but I think targets are really nonsensical when you think what we need to be doing. And in care homes, there's still a big issue within the sector that key workers, generally speaking, are allowed to have tests ahead of everybody else, but those people on the very front line, that means those who work in care homes, still have to queue up like everybody else, which I think is total madness when that's the new front line. There are more deaths in care homes in the UK than in hospital now, and I've been banging on about that for several days now, but it is true, and the stats are now starting to show that. Sadly, in the United States, where I know a lot of my viewers watch this channel, you're still on the increase, 70,000 plus deaths, but it might be the way things are being measured. I don't dispute the 70,000, but countries measure things in different ways, and certainly there needs to be some level playing field. But overall, that's not a good sign. And though the United States is a much larger population than probably Britain, Britain is one of the largest countries in Europe, and we're still in Europe still ahead of most European countries. So tomorrow, of course, we have Victory in Europe Day, and so I'll be playing some different music tomorrow to celebrate that, but also at 8 o'clock on the BBC, if you manage to tune into that, we're going to have some VE Day celebrations, and the amazing Catherine Jenkins is going to be leading that. Catherine Jenkins I've seen live. I've got most of her CDs, and she's the most amazing classical singer, and she's the new Forces sweetheart, even though Vera Lynn was at one time and still is at 103. So there we are. On Sunday, the Boris Johnson, our Prime Minister, is going to be addressing the nation to tell us what the lockdown restrictions are going to be. In other words, he's going to release the brakes a bit, but it will be incremental when he does that, and about social distancing will still need to take place. The 5 tests that the government have set themselves still need to be adhered to. So, and there was 539 cases today of positive tests overall. So things are slightly improving, but there's still some slight fudging going on, I think, sometimes. And we still need to have social distancing, and I was doing that today. I went shopping in Waitrose. The queue was right round the block today, but everyone was behaving themselves very well. And then I was doing some other things today with somebody I was meeting in the car park, and we exchanged social distancing there. And so I was wearing some gloves and doing everything else when I was with that person. But that all worked extremely well. I've been washing my hands regularly as well. So there we are on that note. The video of the day today is going to be Greg's Gramophones. And Greg's Gramophones is a channel I've been watching a while. He's got the most amazing machines, a whole range of gramophones, and plays some lovely dance band music. So if you like that sort of thing, I'll put a link to his channel, and you can decide whether you want to sign up or not. But yeah, it's quite good, and I've been watching him, I suppose, about a year and a half now. And he plays of all manner. You don't have to watch them all, of course. You can pick and choose depending on what the tune is. But the machines, of course, are the thing that really interests me as well. So often if I like the tune and the machine, then I think, oh, that's rather nice, and do it on that basis. The DVD I've got today is Helen Mirren and Ian McKellen on The Good Liar. And this looks quite a nice, gripping film. It's about a gentleman who is played by Ian McKellen, sets his sights on this at his latest mark, recently widowed Betty, which is Helen Mirren, who's worth millions, and he means to take it all. But as the two grow closer, what should have been another simple swindle becomes a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. So yeah, it looks good for the back cover, and knowing the two actors in this, Helen and Ian, they're fantastic, so it'll probably be very good. It says on the guidance notes it's a 15, very strong language, strong violence, gory image, sexual violence and nudity. So sounds like good to me. It's just up my street. Also, I'm continuing to watch Normal People on BBC on the iPlayer. I think I'm up to number 10 now, and it's really quite gripping. It's about a couple of young people meeting at school, but actually not announcing their relationship, and then moving into university, and both now have got a scholarship as well to continue to do a master's, I assume, because they've just finished their first degree, and they're in Dublin. So if you're watching it, I won't spoil any more, but it's certainly worth a watch, and very interesting too. And also another programme I really like watching, and that's the Great Sewing Bee, which is on, I think, Channel 4, and that's where a team of people actually have to make garments, similar to the Bake Off, similar to the Great Pottery Challenge, and similar to the others, but it's great fun, and always interesting. Patrick Grant is on there, who's quite an amazing guy. He's the director of several companies, as well as being an expert in the cloth trade, so worth a watch. And a lady called Ismay as well, who is one of the other judges on the programme, so worth watching, I think. So, getting back to a tune a day. So the first tune of the day I'm going to play is going to be Gracie Fields, and I did promise that I would play the CD from this amazing book by Dave Cooper, his master's voice, so I'm going to play that. Gracie Fields sung this song. It was recorded in 1931, and the song is entitled Painting the Clouds with Sunshine. And as it's such a beautiful day today, I thought it was very apt that she should sing about that, and it's a very nice number. So I'm going to play it on the Sony machine, and I hope you enjoy that. And then, okay, something else I picked up in this book of mine was that Chris Baker Gramophones, who used to be in Sandwich. This is a paper from his website, and I was thinking of buying some standard machines at one time. In other words, cabinet machines, very similar to the Decca 73 behind me. And he was at the time selling some very nice HMV 163s and 157s. I have to say they were quite expensive. The 163 was retailing with him at £695. I never paid anything like that for mine. And the 157 was retailing at £350. So I think I was just looking rather than actually seriously going to buy. Unfortunately, Chris has closed his shop in Sandwich because the footfall was becoming quite low, and those sandwiches are beautiful little seaside sort of estuary near Margate, and I have been there. I went to meet him and his lovely wife, when I was passing through Margate to see the Turner Contemporary down at Margate, and the old part of Margate, which is really nice. So I did go and see him, but he's closed shop now. But I thought it was interesting finding that in the book. The other thing I thought, as it's becoming VE Day, and on the record, The Sounds of Time, you'll hear some comedy sketches. I've got some of the ITMAR BBC radio collection here, and I thought perhaps I might play a little bit of that. You've got on here, you've got Tommy Handley, Jack Train, Dorothy Summers, Fred Yule, Hattie Jakes, and Derek Gaynor. And so, Could I Do You Now, Sir? And I Don't Mind If I Do. And I have listened to these. These are the radio from the radio broadcaster on a Tuen cassette deck, and really, really nice. And I picked them up in a charity shop, so I thought it might be worth playing them. It's from the BBC collection again. So there's an amazing picture of Tommy Handley there with a lovely ribbon bass microphone there, and with his Union flag. And as it's VE Day, and it's also Thursday, on Thursdays we clap for care workers as well, and my neighbours already put the Union flags out and the balloons, and no doubt be doing that later, and I should probably be watching them enjoying themselves actually. So the side 4 of the Oracle record today is that the lion has wings, and it's all about the Battle of Britain. And also there's a very funny sketch here about a lady who's still polishing her steps in Hackney, probably in the East End, and also a taxi driver who says she's probably had about 9 children. And I thought they wouldn't get that today, I don't think, but it's a really funny clip, and I think I recommend you listen in for that one. But anyway, apart from that, it's been quite a good day, and so carry on commenting, because I really look forward to your comments. Those are really nice ones coming through the last few days, and it's great to hear them and to link up with people. Enjoy the 2 records I'm playing today, and I'll see you tomorrow for VE Day, 75 years, and also to celebrate with everyone in victory in Europe, and particularly our American friends across the pond, because without your effort within the war effort, we'd have had a much harder time. And so the relationship we have with the US is really important. Despite what I say about your president, I still think it's very important. And so keep safe, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. All the best now.
Keep painting the clouds with sunshine. This life's a play from the start. It's hard to play through a part when there's an ache in your heart all day. My dreams till the dawn. I wake to find they are gone, but still the play must go on, they say. When I pretend I'm gay, I never feel that way. Painting the clouds with sunshine. When I hold back a tear to make a smile appear, I'm only painting the clouds with sunshine. Painting the blue, beautiful hues, gold and gold rose, playing the clown, trying to drown all of my woes. Though things may not look bright, they'll all turn out all right if I keep painting the clouds with
The Sounds of Time, record number 4, The Lion Has Wings. Enjoy.
It is September 1940, and the fields and gardens of Kent are bathed in golden sunshine. But up there, with the blue autumn sky as their arena, Hurricanes and Spitfires of the RAF gave battle to Goering's vaunted Luftwaffe. Through weeks which held the breathless attention of the whole world, the immortal few fought the Battle of Britain from dawn to dusk. They saved Britain from invasion when she was weak, and by saving her, they saved humanity. But now, under cover of the long winter nights, a new ordeal began. An ordeal by fire, by bombs. If you lived in Britain then, you will remember this sound. Out of the heavens, hell came to London. The lethal cargoes were unloaded and the bombers droned back into the dawn. And always over the ruins and tears left behind, the cheerful, irrepressible Cockney spirit of the Londoner reasserted itself. The story of one such Londoner was recorded by another one, cab driver Harry Anderson. It was early morning and the bombers had gone. And then, in the silence of a Brit city, Harry heard a woman singing. He found her surrounded by rubble and broken glass, cleaning her front doorstep.
She was well on the stout side, and she looked as if she'd been the mother of about 8 or 9 kids. She looked the sort who wouldn't leave her house unless she was carried out feet first. You know, as if she'd been born in that district and had all her children there and was determined to stay there, Hitler or no Hitler. And was also quite determined to clean the front door step. Now, I thought to myself, that's the sort of person you can't beat. And then she turned round and she saw me. Now I thought, I'm going to hear something. I'll bet she's going to tell me whether Hitler's mother and father were married. But what she said was, you ain't seen my bleeding milkman round, have you?
In their darkest hour, the British people sought laughter and good fellowship. The BBC brought it to them through the weekly High Gang program of 2 Americans, B.B. Daniels and Ben Lyon.
Hi, gang.
Welcome once again to your own High Gang show, coming to you as always from the heart of London, starring B.B. Daniels, Big Oliver, and Ben Lyon. That's me, folks.
And the best-loved radio personality of all time, the late Tommy Handler.
Well, now, if I make this show a success, it'll be a great boost all round.
Great juice all round, sir. Count me out.
Hello, Colonel. How are you?
But to the members of the underground movement in Europe, the BBC brought a personality of another kind, Colonel Britain. Millions on the continent knew his voice.
You wear no uniforms, and your weapons are different from ours. But they're not less deadly. The fact that you wear no uniforms is your strength. The Nazi official and the German soldier don't know you, but they fear you.
And to these millions was given a new symbol of faith in ultimate liberation.
The night is your friend. The V is your sign.